Okay. Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Pauline. I'm going to be talking to you today about paperwork as it relates to box truck business. So if you are in the trucking business or run a transportation company, you have realized that one thing is for certain, and that is paperwork. Paperwork is like a lot in this business because we have so many agencies that we're working with that have to give us authorizations and licenses to be operating in this business and this industry, that we find ourselves filing a lot of paperwork, and all of this requires you to have these paperworks organized in a way that they can be presented whenever they are asked for, because we go through a series of inspections and audits, and you must be prepared for whenever you are asked for this documentation. So in today's video specifically, I'm going to be talking to you about the paperwork that needs to be in your truck for you to be safe out there on the road. And if you are ever pulled over, or if you need to go through an inspection or a weigh station, you should be not freaking out that you're not prepared for it because you didn't prepare for this. So let this video be a guide for you, or a little checklist for you to check on the things that you're missing in your paperwork that is in your truck. All right, to start off, I want to start off with a little tip of being organized. For me, I have a little binder that I put in all the paperwork for the company that is secured in this little binder. This is very important because when you are pulled over, there's so much that you don't have control over. And if this is something that is going to help me win over the officer in case I'm pulled over because of an occurrence, or I was speeding, or something that I was missing, at least I have this. And there's something, presentation is very key. So if you can always get on the officer's good side by having a good little file that has everything organized, then why not do it? It just like $5 for you to buy a little file like this. And then I like to go ahead and have little pouches that I put in all the paperwork. This is very important because since you are literally in the truck all the time and you never get a chance to wash your hands, but also the paperwork has nowhere to be stored. Excuse me, I have a cold. I hope you can hear me proper, but I was talking about the pouch. Since you have nowhere to keep them, and with the temperatures changing in the vehicle, you might find that the papers could get moist or you could get dirty. So putting them in these little bags that will protect them is very also helpful for me. So they typically look like this. You can get these from any of the stationery shops that are next to you. Staples has them. I think Walmart has them. So these are very key. Also, you don't need to find a stapling machine every time you need to insert a new document. You just slip it into this and then everything is all set for you. All right, so let's go over the paperwork that I have in this file that we put in the truck and have all the time, every time we are on the road doing a job. All right, first things first, because I'm in the box truck business, I will not be talking about trailers and tractors. It's just a box truck, and that's all there is to it. So we have the registration coming on as number one. We have the registration of the vehicle coming first, and then we have the DOT inspection also tucked away in this file. The next thing we have is the insurance. It's very important that you have the insurance just in case you need to reach them in case of an occurrence, but also if the DOT officer pulls you over, or if you're undergoing an inspection, this is something that they would like to see. So having a copy of your certificate of insurance is also important. I have the certificate of operation from the FMCSA, and this is also part of the documentation. I don't think this is very important, but I put it here anyway. I have medical cards. The medical cards are both mine as the company owner, because I might sometimes drive the truck, but also my co-driver has their medical card too in here. This is just a copy, so I have copies also in the file at home. We also have the copy of the UCR that is valid for this year, that is also tucked away in this file, just in case. Some paperwork I'm not certain they will ask for it, but I'll better have it than to be sorry. So I have that too in there. We have the sales tax for Massachusetts. We also have that in our file. Then this is just the driver qualification file for both drivers that are operating in the truck that we have currently. So everybody has their driver qualification file in here. And then we have the paperwork, the little pieces that came with the ELD. This has the manual on how to operate the ELD, which is the electronic logging device. This is very important just in case the ELD malfunctions on us, on the road. The last pouch here is just a pouch for, tucking in all the bills of lading that we, and the rate confirmations that we get when we are, on the road working. Most of the time we get the rate confirmation on email, but then we have to get the bill of lading for when we pick up the loads from the shippers, and also when it is signed at the receiver's end, we keep a copy. So for whenever we are not yet back in the office to file this away, we have it tucked away in this file. And if an officer ever asks for it, it is always like the one which is on top, which is the current job. So having that is also a sense of comfort that we are all, in the right with the law. I keep some spare pouches just for the sake, because sometimes we are accruing, a lot of receipts on the way. So whenever we are not yet back in the office, or some receipts that are not attached to the, bank account, credit card that we are using on the road, we will stack them in here for any card, any receipts, any purchases that needs reimbursement, and you need to show the receipt for it. You would be saving them in here. For those of you who will be leasing your truck or renting it out, then you would also need to have the rental agreement or the lease agreement on file too, because it is something that talks about the vehicle that you're operating. Also, the DOT asks that you have at least 8 sheets of paper of manual logbooks, manual log sheets, like 8 for 8 days. So we have that in the truck. I currently have a whole booklet that we have, and I just stole this from the truck just for this video, and we have that also just in case the ELD malfunctions, because it is a software and technology sometimes is unreliable. So you can always be able to use the manual log sheets to log your hours of operation. I think that's mostly it. That's mostly what we carry in the truck, and if you can carry that and you can keep it away and keep it nice and clean and safe, I think you will be all set for the road. Thank you for watching this video. If you found any information that is helpful for you, share the video with somebody who will also find it helpful for themselves. Remember to subscribe and like this video. Thank you. Goodbye.